Dragons are everywhere. You can see them in myths and folklores all around the world. Europe, Middle East, Africa and Asia, stories of dragons have been there for millennia. They are perhaps among the oldest and most popular fantasy creatures on this earth, even older than vampires and werewolves. In Asian mythology, dragons or Liu are like semi-gods. They have historically been depicted as emperors, kings of oceans, gods of rains, etc. They represent the ruling class of the social hierarchy. While in Western cultures, the dragons are more beast-like. They have been seen as the powerful and bestowed with magic, the huge, ferocious winged lizard, a monster to be killed by a brave knight. Due to the globalization trend, with popular TV shows such as Game of Thrones, the Western European concepts of a dragon has pervaded over other concepts of dragons. As a result, when talking about dragons, what comes to our mind is predominantly the lizard version. Still, within the long history it endured, the image of dragon has constantly been changing. In our time, it is not the mysterious god highly above that we can't touch, nor the abominable creature that are greedy and cruel. It has become the combination of both. It has become your faithful mount, your fate-bonded companion. The world is seeing a return of the dragons on both screens and papers. You might have noticed the surge of dragon-related stories on Amazon, and GoodNovel also got a few popular dragon stories, including Called by the Dragon and Dragon's Mate. Popular dragon stories of the day like to combine dragons with the ability of shapeshifting. Like the werewolves, they can transform into human shape and conveniently fall in love with a human girl and start a romance. Today, in this special episode of GoodNovel Academy, we are going to explore the Dragonshifters. What are the first Dragonshifting stories? Who have made this combination popular? What inspiration can we borrow from the old dragon tales? Together, we shall explore these questions. The history of Dragonshifters is longer than you think. You can find early traces in Norse mythology and folklores, in which dragons and shapeshifting are often in bundle. For example, in Volsunga Saga, Fafnir, a giant of Old Norse, would transform whenever he grew angry. Svipdagra, from the poem of Svipdagsmo, is turned into a dragon by Odin. We won't find the dragons in such stories lovable, though. They are both abominable creatures that bring your fear rather than love. The humanized dragons didn't appear until medieval times, when legends of Romania gave in the tales of Zamua, a dragon who is able to shift into a human prince and kidnap princes. In Romanian folklores, the Zamu is a humanoid dragon with very human desires. He can fly, breathe fire, has enormous strength, and can shapeshift. His favorite pastime is to kidnap beautiful women and try to marry them. He can spit fire and has a magical stone on his head that shines like the sun. Tales of the Zamu more or less feature a same storyline. The Zamu found a new target, a pretty virgin at most cases, and shapeshift into Prince Charming to seduce her. His purpose is not to have sex with that girl, but much loftier than that. He wants a proper marriage. But his endeavor is always ruined by a hero, a knight for the most of the time, who will defeat him and drives him away. Alas, the chastity of the girl is saved. This storyline is not exclusive to Zamu, but a norm for many other medieval folklores. Medieval France, a land of blood and wine, is famous for its passion in chivalric romance, and is home to countless tales of dragons who can also shapeshift into men and marry princesses. Below is such a tale. During the Middle Ages, at the court of Eleanor of Aquitaine, there was an annual celebration. Troubadours came from far and wide to compete in poetic contests. One year, a mysterious and very handsome young man won the contest. He refused to give his name, but his genteel manners made him a favorite, and he was invited to remain at the court. Griselda, the daughter of the Lord, fell head over heels for him and begged him to marry her. The troubadour agreed, but had two conditions. First, she must promise to never try to learn his identity, and second, she must never seek out his company. She could be with him only when he chose to see her. And the morning after their marriage, the girl woke up to find herself in a sumptuous palace. He had everything a girl could want. There were servants, fine clothes, jewels, gardens. All of this is yours, her husband said, but do not forget your promise. At first, it was quite easy for Griselda to keep her promise. Her husband spent almost all the time with her. However, every once in a while, he would disappear into a room she was not allowed to enter. One day, her curiosity got the better of her. She found the door unlocked and she entered. She watched, terrified, as her handsome husband was transformed before her eyes into a huge golden dragon. He cried out in terror, and her husband saw that she had broken her promise. Griselda's punishment was to be banished from his castle. We do not know what happened to her after that, nor, for that matter, what happened to the dragon. Perhaps Griselda remarried, a human this time, and the dragon went off to another court to seduce another maiden.